Well, this is a response to, well, it's obviously a response to the quarantine thing, since isn't it like available? It doesn't say like responses to quarantine review. Yeah, so I don't think I need to say this is a response to quarantine review, but it is a response to the quarantine review. Well, I've been watching your Spoony's your reviews of things, and I liked your reviews, your review of Dead Space. I thought that was good. Should I flex here? I should go like, I should flex there. But I liked your review of Dead Space, and so I thought I'd read your review of Quarantine, because, well, I guess they're both kind of zombie things. I like zombie things, and anyway, Quarantine. Yes, you had some valid points. There are some problems with Quarantine. Particularly, yes, that, and I know how horrible this sounds. Like, you know, I hate when people they read a book of a movie and then they go see the movie and they're like, oh my god, the book was so much better. And it's like, well, yeah, obviously the book is so much better. It's the book, and it's going to be better because it's like in your head, and there's just various reasons why the book would be better. There's a cat in the room, like, it's going to make noise. Anyway, yeah, the original was so much better. Oh my god. They changed the ending of this one to not make any sense. But there were some issues I had. First of all, I don't think the POV thing is dead. I just think they haven't made the movie yet that explains why someone would carry, as you said, a 20-pound camera, 50-pound camera, I think that's probably a lot, on their shoulder during a rage zombie attack. They haven't explained. They haven't made a character that they can explain that through. Maybe if the character was like really neurotic or like had OCD, they'd be like, I have to carry the camera. It's a thing I have. Then they'd be like, oh, that's why the character's carrying it. But yeah, no, I totally agree. It does not make sense. However, they were not technically zombies in this movie. They were and this was not in the original. In the original, I believe it was something involving the Vatican and a possessed girl. I believe the original, there was a possessed girl, and the Vatican was trying to do something with her. They were trying to make her better or something, and then she turned out to have this disease that all the characters in the movie end up having. And so they abandoned her in a room or something in this apartment complex, and I guess she got out, or animals, rats maybe bit her. I don't know. I mean, the original had problems too. By no means was it perfect, but yes, it was a lot better. But in this one, they changed it to rabies. It was rabies, if you recall. It was rabies. So they did solve that in about the middle of the movie. They did say, remember the guy, he turned out to be a vet, and he's like, oh, I've seen this before, and it's rabies. But a very accelerated version of rabies, which I guess in this version has turned out to have been the creation of a guy who was trying to create a doomsday disease and somehow created an accelerated version of rabies that was not unlike, if not identical to, the rage survivors from 28 Days Later. But it was not technically rage, it was rabies. But so yes, that, I think that would be why they didn't say, look, it's a zombie. They were like, ah, he's rabid. But to totally throw away the POV movement as something that is over, I think is taking it a little far. I mean, what's its face hasn't come out yet. The Poughkeepsie tapes, apparently it's been delayed, and that was actually directed by the guy who did this remake, right? It was the brothers Dowdle, I think. And they did the Poughkeepsie tapes. I guess that got delayed, and then they made this movie as, I guess, a prequel or a preview of their mastery. So that, I think the verdict is still out on them because they haven't really made their masterpiece. And I think they answered the POV thing better in that one. It's like serial killer tapes his own murders or something like that. Is the back of my head like pointy? I think it is. But no, I thought your review was very funny. I enjoyed your other reviews as well, and hopefully